I've had a couple people for questions. Elaha, you're up next if you've got a moment.
Sure. Thanks for having me, Naval. Good to see you again. My question is around prioritization and guarding one's time. I see you as someone who is good at saying no. So I wanted to know, do you have a mental framework that helps you decide what is worth your time and what is not, and saying no to those things without feeling guilty? Thank you.
Great question. Yes, I put a lot of effort into this. So I'm going to move you back to the audience that I promised. Yeah, things to aspire to move past in your life. First, you want to get out of your parents' basement. Then you're living with roommates. Then you want to get away from roommates. Then you're driving commute to work. Then you want to get out of a commute. Then you're waking up to an alarm clock. Then you want to get away from an alarm clock. Then you're basically living a highly calendared and scheduled life. You want to get away from your calendar. Then finally, you want to get away from email and text messages. So I'm sort of working my way through this rabbit hole. And where I currently am is I've gotten rid of calendars and schedules, and I'm trying to get rid of emails altogether. I now check my email once every 3 days, and I eventually want to get to the point where I never check my email. And obviously, this is a luxury, but you can get there. You just have to engineer your life towards it, and you have to be uncompromising. You have to reject social obligations. You have to reject meetings that are a waste of time. You have to be okay with saying no. You have to give up your FOMO. You have to not be afraid to disappoint people and cut people out of your life who aren't comfortable with spontaneity and lack of schedules. The email one's going to be a little harder, but yeah, there are sacrifices involved along every step of the way. Nothing is cost-free, but what do you get on the other side? You get your time back. And if you have your time, then you have spontaneity, which I would argue helps with the flourishing of joy in your life. You have creativity because you now have time to get bored and time to think. You have proper prioritization, where now you're going to focus on what's the most important thing as opposed to just what happens to be scheduled. You're going to have productivity because you're going to work on things when you feel like them as opposed to when you are forced to grind through something when you don't feel like it. And you're going to say, but wait, Naval, I can't do this. I have a job. And my answer is, well, change jobs. Get a job where you're in control of your own time. Or you'll say, my extra time is worthless. I can't earn more if I'm working harder or working different hours. Then I'll say, change your career to where you can. Or you'll say, but my family won't tolerate it. And I'm like, retrain your family, change your friends, change your coworkers, disappoint people. If you're not disappointing them, if you're not leaving people behind, you're not really changing. Changing is also growing. Growth involves change. So if you want to operate at maximum productivity, efficiency, and creativity, you're going to work on things that you're excited about at the moment you're excited about them and accept nothing less. It is better to sit on your butt and do nothing than it is to work on things that you are not excited about, because now you're just grinding and you're robbing yourself of the time that you need to have the good thoughts, the proper space to find what it is that you're meant to work on and where you're meant to live and who you're meant to be with. I have been utterly ruthless about prioritizing my time and saying no to things. And I disappoint people every single day on it, every single day. And I will continue to do so until I have complete control of my time back.